All right, today's video is not a tip or a lesson, but what's the possibilities of creating fittings, conduit fittings that can do all the bends. So basically I have, two fittings, to rule them all basically. Not one ring to rule them all, but two fittings to rule them all, which is a bend and a coupling. And what I accomplished was for the bends, as you can see here, I can change it to a standard bend. I can turn it off and turn it into a, this is, a kick 90. And I can flip the kick 90 from one, from the, basically the 90 to the kick here. And then I can flip it up. As you can see, it's pretty simple. And I can adjust, the angles here. I can say, 15 degrees. The offset, change that to say 6 inches. And, that's, so that's basically for, your bend, your 90 degree or whatever, your elbow basically, okay? And then I've got these couplings here that can pretty much do every straight bend that you can think of. For example here, I've got it on set to coupling and I'll change it to offset. I can flip the offset up and then I could change it to a, all right, so we got the offset, let's say it's down here for right now. Then I can say I can change it, let's say to, 2 foot offset, and let's say I want to turn it into a rolling offset. I'm gonna slide it over 1 foot. All right. If you want to swing it the other direction, you got to go to plan view, and then you can select. And that's kind of a tedious thing, but it's the only way I can get that to work. I just flip them over. Make something pretty, pretty shape there. All right. And so, for example, now let's say I can change it into a 3 bend saddle, and actually can do a 3 bend saddle with an offset or a rolling offset. I'm gonna change that back to 0 though. That looks kind of goofy. Okay, and let's change that real quick to say just a foot. All right, and if I want to turn it into a 4 bend saddle, all right, and of course I can flip it up if I need to. So I'll change it to a 4 bend, and then that flat spot there, you can change that. So let's say I want it to be 2 feet long. All right, and then I can flip it down if I need to. Okay, so it is possible to make fittings do all the bends you want. These aren't from any company. I didn't have to pay for these things. These are just RFAs that I built for our company, and as you can see here, they can pretty much do anything you want them to do. All right, so they are kind of complicated to build if you're not good with trig and good at building RFAs. They are kind of complicated, but it can be done. There's just proof right here that it can be done. All right, until next time.